Hello and welcome, neighbors, is the map we're playing on tonight. We are rocking World of Warships Legends. I am your host today, Phoenix61. Please follow the channel. I'm doing World of Warships videos every single day. Every day. Yeah, I try and do at least one. At least for the time being. Until you guys tell me I suck, and then I'll probably stop. Only takes the one person. We're rocking the Independence. This is the Tier 5 Primo American aircraft carrier. Right? These TBD Devastators suck. Hate these planes. They go down so quick. They're so tough to man it out with these airplanes. So we see the enemy airplanes coming, so we are going to drop fighters, try to drop those fighters in the path of that guy, and then hopefully we get some, hopefully they chase. Sometimes it's just like, it's so weird whether they actually, your fighters actually chase down the enemies or not. It's like, sometimes you have this awesome luck, and it's just like everything else with this game. It's your RNG, whatever you want to call it. So we do get 3 shot down airplanes there with our fighters, so that worked out really, really well. The unfortunate thing for the enemy carrier is he also flew over 3 ships on our team, so he's going to go down pretty quickly, right? So, and we are too, because we're doing the same freaking thing that we just told him that he was an idiot for, right? So, I'm not even going to try and do a second run with those Devastators. They're just going to die, right? But yes, ideally you want to try and single somebody out, right? But it's so early on in the game, that's always tough to do. Sometimes I like to try and have a little bit more patience with my first attack run, and kind of fly around and kind of see what's developing and see if there is a ship that's gonna kind of go and stand alone on his own for a little bit, because ideally that's the one you want to go for, right? So. But we're still not having that kind of luck, so we're circling around here trying to decide what to do, right? I want to avoid flying over groups of enemy ships because you're just going to lose tons and tons of planes that way, right? The disadvantage, it's not just about losing those planes and missing out on that one particular bombing run. Shot down planes take way, way longer to sort of recharge, rebuild, regenerate at your carrier, right? Versus if they're able to actually fly back. You'll have those. So a lot of times people will strategize and just drop bombs into the open ocean right after they take off, so that you're not flying the full squadron of planes over top of enemies, especially early on in the game, right? So that's kind of the thinking there. So people call it pre-drop, right? So now we finally have a decent target that's sort of out by himself. The added benefit is this is a battleship, he's easier to hit, plus he's also in the B cap, so we're able to get defend banners, or ribbons, whatever you want to call them, as we get hits on him, right? So those are always really good for XP and credit earning. Totally worth going after targets that are capping zones or stealing zones away from you. As you can see, since we're only flying over the one plane, we were able to get a full 3 runs on this guy and not lose as many planes. These are the Helldivers, they're hella better, right, than the Devastators. Those planes with I see the yellow wing, like I'll pick the carrier and I'll be like, I'll see the yellow wings and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the Devastators. We actually got all 4 runs on that, like unbelievable. All right, here we go. With the so if you're doing I think I just have my American aircraft carrier commander kind of set up the same, right? So this is only the one of them, at least right now. I think at least I only have one. But you could do a specific build for the Independence, and I would favor the dive bombers. So any perks that buff your dive bombers over the torpedo bomber Devastator guys, just because I hate them so I hate them so much. We still have some success. We did get 2 torpedo hits early on with them, and triggered that flood. So like they're not all bad. Like they're still useful. They're just they go down so fast. I get so frustrated with them. So we'll take a run. So yeah, as you can see, like we're doing much better as far as like ships not being all clustered together, you know, in this situation, right? So we're having a lot more success. We're not losing planes as quickly. 2 hits there, triggered a flood. Man, if we can swing back around, you know, ideally you trigger another flood, but by the time, you know, you get back around, his damage con may still be going. But that's not to say I'm not going to try, right? So we'll take this. Yeah, so we got 1.5 runs out of those Devastators. Granted, what was it? Yeah, it's like California, so they got awesome anti-air to start with. So I really shouldn't blame the Devastators too much there. But yeah, so we are already up to 71,000 damage. Trying to peer pressure other friends into playing this game with me. And yeah, so it's like, who should I go for? Like, going for that California was brutal, so we might pick on this cruiser here, so we don't lose so many planes as Pensacola. I mean, typically American ships in general just have pretty decent AA. Like, yeah, you can see all that fire coming from him, but yeah, honestly, like, California's not. It's definitely gonna be worse. It's definitely a tougher target. Easier to hit though. Bombs. I'm definitely rushing this one, and I probably shouldn't be, right? I probably should be lining up this target better. We got him right on the tip, just the tip. But yeah, as you can see, like we're taking a lot of fire, and these Helldivers are surviving much better than the Devastators did. And we lose our cruiser in our division. Somebody's going to finish off that Pensacola. Autopilot mode disabled. So I want to get in here and just hit full on reverse. Typically you can use most of the time you're going to see me use, and I wanted to angle a little bit better so we don't take bad hits. But typically I'm using the map view. You go into the map menu and you can autopilot your carrier. So if you didn't know that, that makes a huge difference, autopiloting your carrier versus trying to drive it around manually. But basically all you do is pick the section on the map that you want your carrier to go to, and you just hold X down on it. And then your carrier will just automatically drive there. So that makes a huge difference in, one, helping you stay unspotted. You can use that to avoid getting too close to enemies. And then two, and just as important of a reason, you can kind of keep yourself a little bit closer to the fight. Obviously I prioritize, we finally took enough time with lining up that shot and got that Pensacola. But the other reason is you can kind of keep yourself closer to the fight. Obviously prioritize, don't get your carrier spotted, because everyone's going to want to shoot you. People love taking out the carrier. Yeah, ultimately you're basically reducing your time to target, right? So your planes don't have to fly as far to get to an enemy in that case. And then you're able to kind of do more damage and help out more in the game in general, right? If you're not spending a lot of time just flying your airplanes, right? You're actually doing runs and trying to get kills and damage and all that other fun stuff, right? So it's kind of twofold. Definitely moving your carrier around sort of as needed as the game develops, whether you need to be defensive or more offensive. It's gonna make a huge difference in the long run for that particular game, right? Versus a lot of people like to just hit full reverse and hang out in the back. And that's fine for someone starting out with carriers, so you're not trying to manage all that stuff all at once. But once you kind of get used to things and get going, definitely want, if you want to contribute more, get higher scores, or do more damage, you're definitely going to want to practice moving your carrier around. But I can't believe we got Liquidator there. I didn't realize we were doing flood damage. We must have had just enough from somebody else. So as you can see, yeah, we got spotted, and that's why we saw the enemies kind of head in this direction. So it was definitely a mistake on my part. I am also calling out at this AOBA to have allies try and shoot him as well. To try and just have us survive, right, would be ideal. But yeah, I'm just going to keep it going in reverse instead of autopiloting it somewhere else, because if you were to autopilot, it would move forward, right, and do like a loop around, and I don't want to ruin the sort of defensive angle that I have against this AOPA. So we'll basically just survive as long as we can. Hopefully we can get this kill. This is a pretty well lined up shot. Only one bomb hit. Man, if that other bomb would have hit, we would have had him. He's on fire. Is he? No, that's his guns firing. Somebody tickle him. And of course we're using our full speed, full forward, using up our engine boost. There we go. 3 kills in this Independence. Oh, and that finishes the game for us. Hell yeah. Rock out with your Independence out. So it should be the nickname for my... Never mind. That game puts us at the top of the leaderboard, though. 250 grand in credits and silver, whatever you want to call them. Yes, guys, thank you. So I do have other carrier videos out there where I go through how we have the commander set up. So if you're interested in that, go and check those out. But this is the Independence for today. There's those yellow wing devastators, right? Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got World of Warships videos coming out every day. So we will see you tomorrow.